So I'm going to go through some updates from Ally Robotics. Let's look at this. 5 top reasons to invest. Spoiler alert, you can't invest right now, but I think you should stick around to the end of the video because I've got some reasons to bear this in mind. Look at this. It's an amazing arm, robotic arms, and they can be applied to lots of industries. It's already ended. Top 5 reasons to invest in Ally Robotics. Number 1, product market fit. It's got signs letters of intent to purchase arms with Miso Robotics, another major player in the robotics space. It's gone up now. Potential revenue is 32 million. It was 30 million just a week ago. Now it looks like it's gone up to 32 million. Bobacino. This is another this is a restaurant. Looks like, I think it's like a restaurant brand or whatever. Let's have a quick look. They've signed deals with this brand as well. Automated boba bar. So they partner with these guys. Look, you can order drinks through an app, and if you think about Ally as the manufacturer of this, it looks like a lot of this is automated, and they've got arms in place. There you go. There's the arm. And this is one of the companies that Ally has partnered with. Miso is obviously the biggest. I've got loads of videos about Miso Robotics on my website, on my YouTube channel. There's the arm for Bobacino. Anyway, let's go back. And they've entered into an R&D partnership to joint develop, Bobacino's robotic boba cafe arms, for their automated cafes. Market growth is insane. Protracted labor shortages and crises in manufacturing, restaurant, construction, and agricultural sectors are driving demand. By 2027, 5 years from filming this video, the collaborative robotics and service robotics industry will represent a combined 114 billion market opportunity. I think it could even be more than that, to be honest. Access to robotics at scale. We've developed an ultra lightweight, durable robotic arms designed with low-cost materials, novel components, and single-hand end effectors designed to accommodate the majority of human workflow automation. What does that mean? It basically means that this arm could basically do more. It will be able to do almost everything. Also means that Ally arms are much less expensive to produce, transport, and install than legacy robotics. What's the next reason? Breakthrough technology. They've got AI-powered deep reinforcement learning, penalizes or rewards the arm based on how it performs, improving accuracy and accommodating higher variability. What does that mean? That kind of means that it's going to have the ability to see, the ability to learn, and the ability to train it. And that's the next thing. No code programming allows users to actually train the robotic arms using intuitive methods, with this kind of possible show and tell where you can say, move this arm, move around, and the arm will follow you. That's kind of revolutionary. I think that's really interesting, particularly for the SMB market, the small to medium-sized business market. If you're in pick and pack, if you're in a factory, or if you're in construction, and you're doing repetitive art, an individual is getting involved in repetitive arm movements, then you can train it to do this. Modular design, so increased power, torque capability, the same size motors. Maybe it means they're going to make their arms bigger or smaller, as it will be modular. I imagine you might see in the future different sizes of arms and different sizes of components and whatnot, potentially. Mobile and compact, because it's lightweight. It means that it's kind of easy to move. Now, some other companies that produce robotic arms, they can be quite heavy. So that's a really important form factor that will mean that the demand for this arm is probably better than others. Configurable arm architecture adapts easily to a customer's applications. A bit of what I was saying earlier, because it's modular, you might be able to move things around, add joints here and there and whatnot. Leadership, Mitch Tolson, CEO, who's got 32 years experience building and scaling impact-driven hard tech companies, former head of device engineering services at Microsoft and director of robotics at Fresh Consulting. Aaron Brown, CCO, 18 years working in software. Dennis Meinhardt, apologies if I pronounced these names wrong, actually, CPO, ex-Microsoft, and also for me, and this has got nuclear propulsion R&D experience as well. We'll look at a bit of his background later on in this video. David Harder, COO, 20 years experience of sourcing, procurement, supply chain. Going to be really important for Ally Robotics. There was time to invest. Unfortunately, there isn't time now, but let's look at some other news from them. And make sure to stick around because I'll talk about why you should still be interested in Ally Robotics. So they've got a new CPO, David Meinhardt. Here he is. He's the CPO. He's got experience in Microsoft, head of product and program management, the US Navy, nuclear propulsion and R&D, and the head of health, wellness, and fitness devices. So he's kind of got a really good broad range of experience that's going to help. Extensive enterprise level experience developing and scaling user-centric products that deliver sustainable value. Experience in designing for manufacturability are a huge advantage for Ally as we ramp up operations to meet demand for our next generation of robotics. Quite important. I'm honored to join the dynamic team at Ally. We have a big vision that extends beyond robotic technology. We're aiming to change one of the most fundamental aspects of human experience, how we work. So they've got 2,000 investors and they've raised 4 million. There's no time to invest, but I'm going to tell you why I think it's important to stick around for this video and also to subscribe and to like these videos and to stick around for the future of Ally. Look, it's producing Flippy too for Miso Robotics. Miso Robotics is valued at $500 million. Ally Robotics themselves in their first big round has raised 4 million from less than 2,000 investors. That's equivalent of about $2,100, something like that per investor. And they're already doing amazing things. They've only been in existence for less than a year. And look at what they're achieving. I think it's fantastic. So as I mentioned, they're producing the arms for Flippy 2. With Ally's pricing and software, they're going to reduce the arm costs by 30%. So the reason why I think, if you've stuck around till this point in the video, congratulations. It's really good. You can go to Ally Robotics, this website, waxinvest.com, and you can choose project/Ally Robotics, just this, and you'll get to this page. You can put in your email, and then you'll get some updates and emails. I just think this is an incredible product, a very interesting business. In the webinar, which I've featured on this YouTube channel, I think we go into a lot more detail about Ally Robotics and Miso Robotics, and there's a great Q&A section within that as well. They've got a great presentation, and they talk really about the opportunity here for investors in Ally Robotics and Miso Robotics. This was the round that if you've invested, you'll know about this. If you haven't, this is the round that you missed. Minimum investment was $1,000. It was a Series A, and they were targeting 5 million. They reached 4 million. So not too bad. I think that's going to make big progress. They've already hired a person off the back of this, and like I say, I think this technology is going very, very far. Look at it; it's incredible. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and talk about why I believe that Ally, it's really important to keep with Ally. I'll tell you why. Let's say there's 2,000 investors right now in Ally Robotics, right? And I'm going to keep sharing my screen. I quite like the visuals in the background. Let's say there's 2,000 investors in Ally Robotics and they've raised 4 million. Miso Robotics, can raise quite a lot of money, 20, 30, $40 million each time it raises. What's to stop Ally getting as many investors? I think Miso Robotics has 20,000 investors. What's to stop them getting 20,000 investors, each putting in between $1,000 or $2,000 each time? I'm talking retail investors here. That would equal between 20 and 40 million for every round of investment for Ally Robotics. So if you've missed out on this round, do not worry, because if you're a retail investor, like me, I'm an average retail investor, and you want to share in the journey, you want to support Ally Robotics or Miso Robotics or some of the other angel investments that I invest in or that you might find online, the thing to remember is that there may be future rounds. So sometimes it might be worth putting some money aside, knowing that, sorry, I picked up a pencil here, like I'm a teacher. I'm not a teacher, but, knowing that in the future, Ally might be coming back to the market to raise again. And hopefully, they're going to come back to retail investors for Series B, C, D, E. And if you want to share in the growth of these companies, nothing's certain in life. But it does seem to me they know what they're doing. They've only been around 9 months, and they've already created some amazing things here. So I do think that they're going to be around in the future. And I do think that if they're going for these different rounds and you can put in between 1,000 and 2,000 in each round, over 5 rounds, you'd have invested, hypothetical here. But if you put in between 2,000 for 5 rounds, and let's say they do go to retail investors, so you've got the opportunity. It's not always the case, you don't always get that. But let's say Miso and Ally do more rounds, and in this case, Ally goes to the market 5 times, and you put in $1,000 or 2 each time. Overall, over kind of a 5-year period, you might put in 10K, or if it's on the smaller end, 5K. But you're supporting this company to grow, and that might mean that the user base of investors grow because they use this money not really for marketing or demand generation, which is something I do for a living, but they use it to help grow the team, help grow the products, and also invest in investors as well, building that investor relations department, doing marketing to generate more investment funds, because it is a very good source of investment capital, retail investors. And I'm glad that the guys at Ally and Miso Robotics see this, because a lot of companies, they don't think too much about retail investors. They might think maybe they're too much work, or that they won't follow the company, or they'll leave the company. But I think this is a bit like Tesla, and I think Tesla has a strong retail base of investors. I might do a video about comparing Ally Robotics and Tesla, because I see a lot of, and Miso Robotics, I see a lot of kind of comparisons between the companies. They're both going for long-term growth. They're both going for difficult products. They both have a lot of demands, and some manufacturing and scaling challenges that they need to overcome, which has kind of been Tesla's story for the last kind of 10 years. Anyway, I missed out on Tesla, but I haven't missed out on Miso Robotics or Ally Robotics. Got in fairly early in both. And if you want to know more about angel investing and about Miso Robotics or Ally Robotics and the next rounds that come about for these companies and for other fascinating companies, I've also covered companies like Blended, which is in the robotics space, and Small Robot Company, which is another robotics company, and other interesting companies in the world. Fintech as well is another area I cover and know quite a bit about, to be informed about these kinds of fundraisers and to not miss out, because these things sometimes only last 3 days. I think the last money box round, I think, lasted 5 days, and they raised a significant amount of money. I think it was £6 or £7 million, probably the equivalent of, at the time, it was the equivalent of about $10 million. Now the pound's fallen. Anyway, if you don't want to miss out, best thing to do is to subscribe, hit the like button, and smash that bell icon. The reason is because you'll be notified when I publish these videos. I do try to publish them as soon as I see them, but I work for Meta, and I work for WhatsApp. That's the company I work for, and it can be quite busy at this company, and I don't always get around to doing it on the exact day. But I do try to give you guys as much notice as I can, and the best way to be notified is to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon button. Guys, if you've got any questions, queries, comments, do let me know in the comment section below. I do really appreciate all of my viewers and my audience, and I really do like to hear from you guys. It makes me feel like I'm not making these videos in a void, like I'm actually speaking to somebody at the end of this video, and I do really appreciate it. I do try to answer any comments and questions as well, so don't feel like you're bothering me, because you're not. I really want to hear from my audience, and if you think that somebody can benefit from these kinds of videos, because I do make videos about things that I don't think that many people make videos about, angel investing and helping retail investors, not people that are going to be investing, necessarily hundreds of thousands in each startup. In some cases, these investments allow you to invest smaller amounts. So, where was I heading with that? I don't know. Helping other people. If you think this information that I share is valuable, then consider sharing it with people. I see from my YouTube analytics that these videos do get shared in Slack groups, Discord groups, Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, to individuals and to groups. And that's amazing. And I'd love more of that. If you think that the best kind of viewer for this channel is somebody probably that either you work with them or family or friends that might benefit from maybe expanding their investment portfolio, considering other types of investment. And there are many great things about angel investing. It can be fun. It's a bit like supporting a football or a sports team. I've got a New York Giants top on right now. I'm not a massive Giants fan, but I do like supporting things. And angel investing is kind of an extension, if you like, of supporting a football team, where you can actively invest and support and help that company to grow. Guys, I've talked a little bit now, but if you're interested in learning more about angel investing in startups, there'll be some videos here that YouTube recommends that are going to be probably most tailored to yourself. Hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, smash the like button. I'll see you guys soon. Remember that knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress is everything. See you guys soon. Take care.